The Indian Parliament witnessed yet another high-voltage day in the ongoing monsoon session as the government and the opposition clashed over examination reforms, student protests and accountability, even as legislative business moved forward in both the houses. The biggest flashpoint today came in the Rajya Sabha, where members debated the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Amendment Bill. Remember, this legislation, which was passed by the Lok Sabha this week, seeks to strengthen India's anti-paper leak law by providing stricter punishments, faster investigation and quicker trials against organized exam fraud.
But the debate quickly turned into a wider political confrontation. Congress President and Leader of Opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, argued that the government was trying to project the bill as a solution while ignoring repeated failures that allowed paper leaks to occur in the first place.
Public Examination Amendment Bill.
You have just changed the figures in the Public Examination Amendment Bill 2026, which has come here for discussion. In this bill, only the figures kept changing. Nothing is going to happen with that. You have included provisions like higher fines, harsher punishment, special task force, fast-track courts, etc. This is not going to make any difference.
Mallikarjun Kharge questioned why the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Union Home Minister Amit Shah had remained silent on the controversy surrounding the recent examination leaks. He maintained that students across the country had lost confidence in the examination system and demanded accountability from the highest levels of the government.
The government, however, strongly defended the legislation. Union Minister Jitendra Singh said that there is a zero-tolerance approach towards paper leaks.
Prime Minister Modi ji lost no time to declare that nobody will be allowed to jeopardize the future of our children, and also announced the resolve of zero tolerance to paper leak. And hence, this legislation, which seeks to make amendments in 2024 Act in order to make it more stringent, more deterrent, is being brought in.
However, the opposition was not satisfied and they continued to corner the government on alleged police excesses during the July 20th protest by the Cockroach Janta Party. They held placards with "Who gave the orders" written on them and accused the Union Home Minister of acting against the protesting students.
The excuse was that I said something about Mr. Amit Shah. I said that Mr. Amit Shah was responsible for the brutality that was carried out. I also given him assurance that if I apologize, then I will be allowed to continue to speak. See, the first thing is I will never ever apologize to the BJP, RSS or any other person associated with them.
While the debate continued in the Rajya Sabha, the Lok Sabha passed the Prevention of Insults to National Honour Amendment Bill 2006, even as the opposition members raised questions over legislative priorities amid the ongoing concerns over student issues. Remember, this bill essentially extends the same legal protection currently available to the national anthem to the national song, that's Vande Mataram. The bill had already been cleared by the Rajya Sabha and it now awaits the presidential assent. With more business listed for the remaining days of the session, the political contest inside the parliament is clearly not ending anytime soon.
Ms. Aditi Fadnis is a senior journalist and contributing editor at Business Standard. She's now joining us live on the broadcast from New Delhi. Ms. Aditi, it's good to see you. What do you think will happen in the coming weeks in Parliament, given that there's this commotion on the bill?
Well, there's barely 2 weeks left for Parliament, and 2 weeks is a notional time period because, as you know, weekends and other days when Parliament doesn't work are not counted. So in that period, you have to pass this exam reform, which is proving to be more contentious than we thought. Although in principle, most opposition parties say they support the bill, the fact that how did we get here, that we need a bill to prevent people from cheating in exams, is itself a very complicated issue. So I don't think too much work is going to be done in the monsoon session. That is too much work of consequence. And we have to see now, how things proceed, because tomorrow is private members' bill in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and Saturday is off. So the week is gone.
You know, Aditiji, we've been showing these visuals that have emerged out of the parliament today, the opposition really cornering the government over the police action against the young protesters and the students on the 20th of July. The police and the law enforcement agencies say that, look, this was done only to maintain law and order. But what would it take the government to come out with a statement saying, their own response, their own version of what had happened that day? They've been talking about the paper leak and the law around it, but no word, really, no concrete response to what the opposition has been demanding an answer to. That's the police action against students.
Well, I have been saying this from day one. You cannot expect the police to be gentle, kind, placatory, cajoling the students, cajoling anybody for that matter, against whom they're supposed to take action. I mean, frankly, I would be quite disappointed if they were to do that. That said, the decision to call in the police is itself an admission of failure, because you need to have, and these are not people who are hardened criminals. They were just young people who were angry. All you needed to do was talk to them and reach out to them and say, yes, mistakes have been made, we will correct it. Instead of that, you call police with batons, and if you give a baton in the hand of the police, he will use it. He's trained to use it. So the whole thing is, complete mismanagement. And let's face it, I mean, we know that the police Jawan, who was the paramilitary force Jawan in Patna, has actually fired using an AK-47.
That's right.
I mean, whoever gave him an AK-47 to use in on a group of young people who are unarmed.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
The whole thing reeks of mismanagement, and I mean, I'm deeply ashamed that we should have come to this at this point.
That's right. Perhaps a better response would have been more welcome than whatever happened. But I'll leave it there. Aditi ji, thank you very much for joining us on WION and sharing your perspective.
Thank you.